Hey everyone, ready to explore DeepScribe with me today?
Absolutely.
We're going to be doing a deep dive into an AI Toolbox podcast episode
Sounds good.
to figure out just how this AI is shaking things up in healthcare.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever wished your doctor could, really focus on you during an appointment instead of being stuck typing notes on their computer?
Oh, totally.
Well, DeepScribe says it can make that happen.
It's pretty incredible stuff.
So before we get too deep into it, can you give us a quick rundown of what DeepScribe actually is?
You know, it's really interesting. It's like this AI-powered medical scribe
Okay.
that's there during appointments.
Like a silent observer.
Exactly. It listens to everything that's being said, comprehends the medical lingo,
Wow.
and turns it all into detailed medical notes.
All in real time.
All in real time.
That's wild. It's almost like having another person in the room,
Right.
but one who speaks fluent doctor.
Exactly.
You mentioned ambient listening earlier. How does that actually work?
Well, it uses a pretty powerful combination of speech recognition and natural language processing.
Okay.
And it's been trained on this massive data set of medical conversations,
Hi.
which allows it to not just record what's being said, but actually understand it.
Especially all those complex medical terms, I bet.
You got it.
So we all know about electronic health records.
EHRs, yeah.
Yeah. Where do these AI-generated notes end up? Do they integrate with EHR systems?
That's the beauty of it. They integrate seamlessly.
Oh, wow.
As the doctor's talking with the patient, DeepScribe is working in the background, generating notes and filling in all the right spots in the EHR.
No more double entry then.
Exactly, and way less chance of human error.
So by the end of the appointment, the notes are practically done.
Pretty much.
That's a serious time saver. Now, what about customization?
Uh-huh.
Is DeepScribe a one-size-fits-all thing, or can it adapt to different doctors and specialties?
Adaptability is one of its biggest strengths.
Oh, nice.
Every doctor has their own style of documentation, and DeepScribe gets that. It lets them personalize note formatting structure, their notes, how they adjust phrasing, and, even make field-specific tweaks.
So no more fighting with those generic templates.
Nope.
It adapts to how each doctor actually works.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. All of this sounds amazing for doctors, but let's talk about the patient.
Right.
What does DeepScribe mean for the person on the other side of the stethoscope?
That's where the real magic happens. By reducing all that administrative work for physicians,
Okay.
DeepScribe lets them be more present and attentive to their patients.
Longer, more meaningful visits, then.
Absolutely.
It's not just about efficiency. It's about building a stronger doctor-patient connection.
Exactly. And that connection can lead to better communication, more accurate diagnoses, and ultimately better care.
We've all had those appointments where the doctor's so busy typing that they barely look at you.
Yeah.
With DeepScribe, they can actually engage with the patient,
Right.
make them feel heard and understood.
It brings the focus back to the human connection.
The heart of medicine.
Exactly.
This makes me think about another big problem in healthcare: physician burnout.
Oh, yeah, a huge issue.
So many doctors are overwhelmed with paperwork. It's exhausting.
And it's not sustainable.
So how does DeepScribe fit into this?
It offers a glimmer of hope.
Okay,
By taking over note-taking, it takes a huge load off doctors' shoulders.
imagine the possibilities.
Better work-life balance, increased job satisfaction, maybe even lower burnout rates.
That's a game changer. Giving doctors back their time and energy so they can focus on what really matters.
Caring for their patients.
But of course, whenever we talk about AI handling sensitive data,
Like patient information.
we have to talk about privacy and ethics.
Absolutely, those are critical considerations.
How does DeepScribe address those concerns?
Well, it's built with privacy and security as top priorities.
Okay.
It fully complies with IPR regulations.
So patients can be sure their data is handled responsibly.
Yes, all data is encrypted, both while it's being transmitted and when it's stored.
Okay.
And they've put in place really strong access controls.
So only authorized people can see or change patient records. They've really thought this through.
They have. But it's important to remember that this conversation about ethics is ongoing.
It's evolving as AI evolves.
Exactly. Transparency and continuous improvement are essential.
We need those open and honest conversations to make sure AI in healthcare is used ethically.
Definitely.
Now, I know some people worry that AI will make healthcare feel less human,
Mm-hmm.
like we'll all be talking to machines.
That's a valid concern, but I actually see it differently.
How so?
I think DeepScribe can actually enhance the human touch in medicine.
Oh, interesting.
By freeing doctors from the burden of documentation, it allows them to be more present and empathetic with their patients.
They have the mental space to truly listen and connect.
Exactly. It's not about replacing human interaction. It's about making it better.
It's about facilitating a more genuine connection between doctor and patient.
Exactly.
Empowering doctors to be more human, not less.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And isn't that what we all want? To feel seen, heard, and cared for by our doctor.
Absolutely. I think AI tools like DeepScribe have the potential to make that happen. And it's important to remember, that DeepScribe isn't taking over the doctor's job.
Right. It's not making diagnoses or deciding treatment plans.
Not at all. It's a tool.
Okay.
It helps with documentation. It provides this super efficient and accurate way to record the conversation.
And generate those detailed notes.
Exactly. The doctor's still in control.
They're reviewing editing and ultimately signing off on everything.
Always.
It's more of a partnership.
Yeah.
The AI assists the doctor
Exactly.
and helps them provide better care.
I like that.
Partnership.
Now, this might be a bit of a jump, but what about the business side of healthcare?
Okay.
Could DeepScribe have an impact on things like billing and compliance? You're thinking along the right lines? The benefits go way beyond just the clinical side. Because it creates such thorough and structured notes, it can actually make billing processes much smoother.
Okay, I'm curious. How does that work?
So picture this DeepScribe can actually suggest billing codes.
Wow.
Based on what was discussed during the appointment.
So it's making sure everything is accurately captured.
Exactly. It improves billing efficiency and cuts down on errors.
Which can lead to claim denials.
Yeah.
And delays in getting paid.
Right. So it's not just saving time, it's potentially saving money, too.
For healthcare practices.
Exactly.
And what about compliance?
Huge part of it. Good medical documentation is essential for meeting all those regulatory requirements. And DeepScribe makes sure all the necessary information is there in a standardized format.
So it's easier to demonstrate compliance.
Exactly.
It sounds like DeepScribe is tackling a lot of different challenges in healthcare.
I think that's a really good point. It's a comprehensive solution.
It's not just focused on one thing.
Right. It's looking at efficiency, quality of care, physician well-being, even financial and regulatory aspects.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
It seems like they've really put a lot of thought into this. But as with any new tech, especially in healthcare, there might be some hurdles to getting people on board.
Definitely.
What are some of the challenges DeepScribe might face in getting healthcare providers to adopt it?
I think one of the biggest challenges is just resistance to change.
That makes sense. Healthcare is often slow to embrace new technology.
It is.
Especially when you're dealing with patient data.
Absolutely. So education and training are super important.
You have to make sure everyone understands how to use it properly.
Right. Healthcare systems need to invest in really solid training programs.
To teach staff how to use DeepScribe and address any concerns they have.
About privacy, security.
How it affects patient interaction.
Exactly. It's about getting everyone on the same page about the why behind DeepScribe.
The benefits.
Yes.
And how to use it effectively.
And beyond training, it's about creating a culture of support.
So people feel comfortable using it.
Exactly. They need to feel confident that they have the resources and the help they need to navigate this new technology.
It can't feel like they're being forced into it.
Right. And that support needs to be ongoing.
So regular updates,
yes,
refresher courses, and good technical assistance.
All of that helps with smooth integration and user satisfaction.
It's about making sure doctors feel empowered by the technology, not overwhelmed by it.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
But even with the best training and support, we still need to be very careful about the ethical considerations.
Especially when it comes to AI in healthcare.
Definitely. We can't just ignore the potential risks and challenges.
Those open and honest conversations are so important.
Absolutely. And as we've talked about, patient privacy is a major concern.
Of course.
DeepScribe is designed to be HIPAA compliant.
Right.
But we have to go beyond just meeting the minimum requirements.
What else can be done to protect patient data?
Transparency is key.
Patients need to know how their information is being used.
Exactly. And they should have the opportunity to consent to using DeepScribe.
It's about giving them a choice.
Yes. Another ethical thing to consider is bias.
Bias in the AI algorithms.
Yeah, if the data used to train DeepScribe isn't representative.
Like if it doesn't include a diverse population.
Right, it could lead to biased outcomes.
And that could affect the quality of care for certain groups.
Exactly. So we need to constantly monitor and evaluate DeepScribe.
To make sure it's not perpetuating any biases.
Exactly. It's not just about technical safeguards.
It's about making sure healthcare providers are using AI ethically.
You got it. Doctors need to be aware of the limitations of AI.
And understand how to use it responsibly.
Yes. Patient well-being should always come first.
And we need to avoid making existing inequalities in healthcare even worse.
Right. It's about using AI to enhance human judgment, not replace it.
Now let's shift gears a bit and think about the doctor-patient relationship itself.
Okay.
How does AI affect that?
It goes back to that question of whether AI could make healthcare feel less human.
Dehumanize it.
Yeah. And while DeepScribe is meant to free up doctors to be more present with their patients, we have to be careful that it doesn't actually create a barrier between them.
So how do we strike that balance?
It starts with training doctors to use DeepScribe in a way that feels natural.
Not awkward or intrusive.
Exactly. The technology should blend into the conversation.
It shouldn't feel like the doctor's just staring at a screen while the AI does all the work.
Right. The doctor needs to be actively engaged, making eye contact, listening.
And using DeepScribe as a tool.
Yes, a tool to support the interaction, not control it.
It's about keeping the focus on the human connection.
Between doctor and patient.
But what about the patient's perspective? Some people might not be comfortable knowing an AI is listening to their conversation with their doctor.
That's understandable. It's a new concept.
It's going to take some getting used to.
It is. So again, transparency is really important.
Explaining how it works. Addressing concerns.
It can go a long way in building trust.
And making sure patients feel comfortable.
Exactly. At the end of the day, we have to remember that technology can never replace human compassion and empathy.
Those are essential for healing.
Absolutely. And no AI can truly replicate that.
Yeah.
Those human qualities are irreplaceable. And, while DeepScribe has this incredible potential to improve things.
Make things more efficient, improve care.
Exactly. We have to be thoughtful about how we implement it.
And keep that human element front and center.
Absolutely.
We've covered a lot today, from how DeepScribe works to its potential impact on patients, doctors, even the business of healthcare.
It's a lot to take in.
It really seems like this tech could revolutionize things.
I think so.
But with any powerful tool, there are always those questions.
About how it will be used.
What the long-term effects might be.
Exactly. DeepScribe is still pretty new.
We're just starting to see its potential.
Yeah. And as it evolves and more people start using it, we need to pay close attention to its impact.
And address any challenges that pop up.
For sure.
It's not just about DeepScribe itself, though.
Right.
It's about this bigger trend of AI in healthcare.
It's just one example of how AI is changing the way medicine is practiced.
AI is being used everywhere.
From discovering new drugs to diagnostics to personalized treatments.
It's amazing.
And as these technologies get even more advanced, we're going to face even tougher ethical and societal questions.
Oh, we need to be prepared for those.
We do. It's crucial to keep having these conversations.
These debates about AI in healthcare.
Yeah, we need to be both enthusiastic and cautious.
Embrace the benefits, but acknowledge the risks.
Exactly. Finding that balance between innovation and human values is so important.
It all comes down to making sure technology serves humanity.
And not the other way around.
So let's bring it back to our listeners. Why should they care about all of this? What does DeepScribe and the rise of AI mean for them?
Well, for starters, it's going to change their experience as patients.
As AI tools like DeepScribe become more common,
expect to see changes in how you interact with your doctor.
How your health information is managed.
Even the types of treatments you have access to.
And it goes beyond individual experiences. It's about the healthcare system as a whole.
The potential is there for better care, lower costs.
A more efficient system.
But it's not just about practicality.
Right.
It's about the values that are at the heart of healthcare.
Compassion, empathy, respect for human dignity.
We need to make sure AI is used to promote those values.
It's about using AI to enhance the human touch, not replace it. So as we wrap up this deep dive into DeepScribe, we want to leave you with one final thought.
Okay.
What steps can we take as a society to make sure AI in healthcare stays a force for good? How do we ensure it promotes both efficiency and empathy? The future of healthcare is being shaped right now, and we all have a role to play in making sure it's a future we can all embrace. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and keep those questions coming. Until next time.